All right, let's dive in. In today's business world, a really important dividing line is being drawn. And it's not about how big your company is or what industry you're in, it's about intelligence. Artificial intelligence, to be specific. Today, we're going to unpack this widening gap between the companies that are jumping on AI and those that are, well, getting left behind. And as you're about to see, this isn't just some tech trend. It's fast becoming a matter of survival.
So let's just get right to the heart of it. In this massive, accelerating race for AI, there's really no middle ground anymore. You're either a leader, someone who's actively shaping what the future looks like, or you're a laggard, someone who risks being shaped by it. The real question for all of us isn't if this is happening, but where do you stand right now?
Okay, so to really get a handle on what's at stake here, we first need to understand the playing field. We're now in what a lot of experts are calling the Great AI Divide. Understanding what this gap is and why it's growing is the absolute first step.
So here it is, the core concept for today, the AI adoption gap. Look, this isn't just about a few companies being a little bit ahead of the curve. What the research shows us is a significant, and this is the critical part, a widening performance chasm between those early adopters and the ones who are waiting. The most important thing to get is that this gap isn't staying the same. It's actually getting bigger and faster than you might think.
And this is why it matters so much. You know, it's a huge mistake to think of AI as just another piece of software you can install. It's a fundamental shift in what a company is capable of. The gap it creates is a massive difference in how companies see the world, how they make decisions, and how they execute their plans. So this isn't like an IT upgrade. It's a whole new competitive reality, one that gets harder and harder to break into with every single day that passes. So you're probably asking, how does this gap get so wide so fast? The answer isn't a simple straight line. It's actually a really powerful feedback loop. So let's break down the mechanics of how this works and see exactly how the leaders manage to accelerate away from everyone else. Okay, this right here is the engine of AI leadership. It all kicks off with data accumulation. Leaders aren't just collecting data, they're building these incredible strategic assets. This data then fuels the second step, enhanced learning effects. I want you to think of it like a network effect, where every new piece of data makes the whole system smarter. That smarter system then leads to the third step, faster adaptation. They start to anticipate market shifts, not just react to them. And of course, that superior intelligence leads to better performance, which, and here's the kicker, generates even more data, starting the whole cycle over again, but from a much stronger position. That right there is compounding advantage in action.
And this is where the two paths just completely split. On one side, you've got the leaders who are riding this incredible virtuous cycle of improvement. They're proactive, they're constantly learning, and they're just getting faster. But on the other side, you have the laggards, and they're stuck in this spiral of indecision. By waiting, they're not just standing still. They are actively falling behind as the leaders pull further and further ahead, completely missing out on that powerful cycle we just talked about. Now, this idea of a compounding advantage isn't just a theory on a slide. To see its real-world power, let's look at one of the most competitive, data-driven places on Earth, the financial frontline. In the world of finance, AI isn't some cool new thing. It's a weapon. Leaders are using it for incredibly advanced fraud detection, spotting illegal activity in real time. They're building predictive models that can forecast market moves with mind-boggling accuracy. They're automating mountains of tedious compliance paperwork, which frees up their best people to do more important work. And maybe the biggest one of all, they're understanding their customers on a deeply personal level to deliver customized services. Each one of these is a massive competitive advantage. And you can see the results for yourself. This advantage translates directly into real, measurable outcomes. The AI leaders in finance can make decisions way faster, which is a huge edge when markets are moving quickly. Their financial losses from things like fraud are way, way lower. And their ability to personalize services, it's just in a completely different league, which helps them win and keep customers. These aren't small gains. These are total game changers. And, while we just used finance as an example, this whole dynamic isn't just happening on Wall Street. The implications are global. It's creating an urgent strategic choice for companies and even for entire economies all around the world. Just think about an emerging economy like Indonesia for a second. For them, this AI divide isn't some problem for the future. It's right here, right now. It's a massive strategic issue. The risk of falling behind is huge, but you know what? The opportunity for those who decide to act now is just as big. And this is where it gets really exciting.
The powerful thing about AI is that it can be a great equalizer. Just like the quote says, early movers can actually leapfrog all the old clunky systems. They don't have to play by the old rules. They can use AI to build brand new systems from the ground up, capture a huge share of the market, and challenge the big established players from day one. So we end up right back where we started. This is not a static picture. It's a dynamic, accelerating race. The gap between the AI leaders and the laggards is real, and it is actively getting wider with every single data point that's collected and every model that's trained. The only question left to answer is, which side of that divide are you going to be on?